just east of Grand Junction, Colorado. We slept in the van last night on some BLM land here, and it's just absolutely desolate. It's just us and the pups, which is always the best time. We are about 2 hours west of Leadville. We still have about 2 hours to go this morning, but such a great way to spend the day before we actually arrive. Just so peaceful, so calm. There's nobody out here. BLM land is my favorite to camp on as far as like dispersed camping goes, because it's just always so peaceful and the experience is different each time. But no water or anything, no hookups when you camp on BLM land, but that's okay with us. We definitely just prefer the peace and quiet, and that's exactly what we got last night. Slept so well in the van. There's obviously AC that runs throughout the night, which keeps the van so cool and so sleepable. And yeah, we've just had such a great morning. We walked around a little bit, fed the pups. I'm so excited we get to go to Leadville today. I cannot believe it. So freaking cool.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Chasing Leadville 100. My name is Amanda and we are currently just over 1 week out from Leadville 100. We are actually in Leadville right now. I decided to come out a little bit early to acclimate to the altitude. We are currently sitting around 10,500 feet, which is where the start of Leadville starts. We are being hosted in this beautiful cabin by Rocky Mountain Strength. I'll walk you guys through this crib later. It is super epic, but until then, I am actually gonna go hit a trail run and go do Hope's Pass, which is actually the hardest part of the race. We hit it about 38 miles in, and it is a pretty big climb. So I wanted to look at it and get a view of it before I actually race it. So I'm going to go hit that, and I will come back and walk you guys through the cabin. But let's go get it.
We'll go
Support with me today. It's a little jog, hike with Brighton Boy up over Hope's Pass. Oh my gosh. I have a hard time talking. Obviously, we're at elevation now, so I can feel it, definitely feel it, but it's good to get out here on the trail, up to some highest points before race day, so stoked to be able to be out here. It's honestly a gorgeous trail. Love it. Bright and I are currently climbing up to the top of Hope's Pass, and there is lightning and thunder all around us, and I think we might end up doing some laps under the tree line just to get the gain and the practice on the trail, but I don't know if we're gonna go all the way up to the exposed. We're like 200 feet from the top, but all of the trees stop right here, and these are pretty short trees, so if you're ever caught out in lightning, the key is to get back from being exposed underneath the tree line. So I might follow my own advice here, but literally right there is the top. So I mean, we basically made it. Just don't want to get hit by lightning. Okay, we went up a little higher and a huge lightning strike just struck and thunder came directly after it, so we're gonna run down. We actually did 500 extra gain at the start of the trail, so we'll end today right around 4,000 gain, so I don't really care about, leave no trace. I don't really care about reaching the summit and risking me and my dog's life. That was so scary, but we're running down now. It's gorgeous views all around. Ooh, bump. But yeah, no need to risk that. That was freaky. I just filled up my little Be-Free water filter with some stream water. It is so good. So much better than like the warm water I was drinking before. So that's such a good trail running hack too, is to bring this little like flask water filter. It's super duper handy. We're in the tree line, by the way, so safe and sound.
Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go through the wasteland, through the highway, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go through the wasteland, through the highway.
All right, we are gonna now walk through the cabin from Rocky Mountain Strength. So we're gonna head in and I'll give you guys a quick little tour. Come on, puppies. Come on. Come on in. This is the living space. Obviously gorgeous, super open. We've got some animals on the wall. Yeah, one of the original owners of the house shot, so really cool to have that in the house. We've obviously set our things out since we've been here for a few days. We have a nice little gas fireplace that helps to keep the house warm. And then I'll take you guys upstairs. It's kind of a fun little loft area. There's like a TV up here and some more bunk space, which is kind of fun. This house has enough space for, I believe it's like 12 people, so it's kind of funny that we're here all alone, but this is the TV area. We've got another full bedroom here. Kind of nice to have it tucked away with a little bathroom here. Own little suite. This is actually, maybe I won't do that. This is actually more sleeping arrangements here. Super nice to be able to just kind of like have a loft space. This is actually what I would love to have in our house. Like some grand ceilings. It always makes it feel a lot bigger in here. So then we have the kitchen area. We've got all of our food and snacks already laid out. And then in here is the master. So we are staying in the master. It's kind of chaotic in there. Nice master bathroom with like kind of a cool little shower area. Never seen anything that looks quite like that. And then I will take you guys downstairs because that's kind of a cool little spot too. So downstairs is its own whole little suite. We have 3 different rooms that have sleeping. So we have another full bedroom here, which is super cool. Once again, it's kind of funny that we are in here alone because there's so much. We've got a bunk room in here with tons of room for sleeping. We've got, nope, that's not a bedroom.
Just a bathroom.
We've got a bathroom, full bathroom here. And then I believe this is a closet. And then this is really nice. This is actually where we go out. It's a full entrance here to the outside. And our probably disgustingly dirty dogs. Look at you! You're so dirty! Nope, no. We're not going inside yet. You're so dirty.
You stay out there.
Dude. Stay out. One of my favorite attributes of this cabin is just the walk around, or the wraparound deck area, just with the most gorgeous view of the property. So pretty. Goes all the way around. And this property has been owned for 4 generations. It is somewhere around, I think, 300 acres. Let me check. Tyler? Is it 300 acres? Yeah. It is 300 acres, so it goes all the way back to the trail, which I'll take you guys down a little bit later. And it's just such a beautiful open area. But yeah, 300 acres of land here. And we actually have 2 cabins on the property. One is across the street. Super gorgeous view of the valley, but a little bit different than we have here because we have access to the trail. It's a little bit more mountainous, a little bit more wooded. And then the other cabin has a little bit more of like a valley vibe to it. But super grateful to Rocky Mountain Strength for allowing us to utilize the cabin and stay here. we are actually being hosted by them, and they actually do high altitude training here. So for people who are climbing like Kilimanjaro or have like high altitude races, or even like hunting adventures, they utilize this cabin for training. So really cool that we have access to it, and obviously just being in Leadville a little bit early is so advantageous to me as a racer and as a runner. We'll actually talk through a little bit more about altitude because I think it's really important to note. So we are actually here just under 2 weeks out from Leadville, and the reason why I decided to come out here so early is to acclimate to the elevation. So this cabin sits almost at 10,300 feet. The race starts at 10,200 feet, I believe, but we are coming from 4,500 feet in Utah, so being here at 10,000 feet is a big change for my body. Many people who choose to come in, you know, just 3 days before the race, many people choose to come in like 5 days before the race. There's actually a body of evidence to support being at a race either 1 day before or 2 weeks before to either not acclimate or fully acclimate. So somewhere in between is kind of where we get a little bit messy, where our body's not actually able to recover because we're at high altitudes, but also not like taking advantage of fully just kind of throwing yourself into it and not having your body react to elevation. So it's all personal preference, but I chose to be here about 2 weeks early just to give myself the best opportunity to succeed. You guys know that this has been literally the only thing on my mind for the past like 8 months. So much has poured into this that I wanted to give myself the best opportunity to succeed in this race. And if I was to come out here just like 2 days before, I don't think that I would be really like taking advantage of the time that I have and the flexibility in my schedule to be able to be here and fully acclimate. Yesterday I woke up, so after I summited Hope's Pass and had a big training session, I woke up and my training readiness was 1. So I've actually never seen that on my Garmin before, but a training readiness of literally 1 could not be worse than that. 1 out of 100. That's just due to the fact that my body's not acclimated to this altitude. Obviously, I've done a ton of training above 10,000 feet, but I go to 10,000 feet, go to 11,500 feet, and then I come down, right, back to 4,500 feet. My body's not having the opportunity to come back down to an elevation right now. We're just staying super high, so it's harder on my body. It's harder to push oxygen to my muscles and to my body, and it's harder for just overall for me to breathe, for me to operate at peak performance, for me to even like talk or speak or talk or speak, for me to even like think or speak. Like those are just harder to do because I just don't have enough oxygen flowing through my body because my red blood cells haven't optimized basically yet. So I'm hoping by being here 2 weeks before, I'm actually able to fully acclimate, or at least like an 80%, 90% acclimate to the altitude. That way come race day, I'm feeling pretty normal versus like feeling really fatigued and kind of out of it. I've definitely been feeling like that recently. The first day I actually felt totally fine. Second day I felt like okay. Third day yesterday was really where I started to feel it. So I actually woke up feeling semi-normal today, yet last night I slept pretty horribly, and that seems to be kind of the thing that I'm fighting. So that is the cabin tour. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. We will be here until the 15th, and on the 15th we are actually going to move cabins to go stay with the BPN crew. I haven't announced this yet at all, but the BPN crew is actually filming a documentary on my journey to Leadville and the actual Leadville race. So not only will we have videos up on this channel documenting the race, but BPN will put together their own documentary as well, which I'm so excited to share with you guys. And this has been a long time coming and I haven't announced it anywhere, so it's super cool to finally be able to talk about it and share that with you guys. I think it's gonna be so cool. And my hope is that this documentary touches so many more people and allows people to understand that maybe a diagnosis or something terrible that's happened in their life, some darkness that they've experienced in their life, doesn't have to be the end of their light, and that there's always light within darkness. It's just up to you to figure out where that is. So excited to take you guys through. I will continue sharing with you guys this next week or so, just being here in taper. We're still training, we're still doing some moderate to light lifting, but yeah, that is the cabin. So we have just arrived to Turquoise Lake. This is actually a portion of the race. but it's actually the first portion, so I might not actually see a lot of this in the daylight. So it'll be good to kind of get this under my belt, portion of the race covered by foot before race day, and get a nice little easy run in for taper. Being this close to race, obviously we are taking everything very light, but we're still staying very active in this taper. So here are 3 things that I focus on during taper. The first thing is focusing on enjoyable movement. So specifically for me here in Leadville, there are so many new trails to explore and beautiful things to see. Obviously, just absolutely gorgeous. So I focus on actually hitting training that feels good to my soul and my mind. I feel like a lot of training for these big races involves doing movement that I'm not like super stoked about every single day. So to keep kind of refilling my soul with goodness and maintaining physical activity leading up to my race, I like to focus on movement that feels enjoyable and still exploring and enjoying the outdoors, because this is actually what I love to do. So to be able to mix it in with getting ready for a big race, always a huge plus. So look at this gorgeous view of our run. So stunning. Second thing that I focus very heavily on is consumption. So consumption meaning food, hydration, and also things like media, because it can be really easy to get in your head. At this point in the race, I don't need to know what other racers are doing. I don't need to know what like their taper looks like, what they have done up until this point. All I need to do is just focus on my race, my pace, my taper, my experience, my journey. So on top of eating good, nourishing food, drinking a ton of water and staying super hydrated on top of electrolytes, I also need to make sure the other things that I'm consuming are good and nourishing for the soul as well. Okay. And the third thing is pretty obvious. It is rest and recovery. And I know those are both super big buzzwords, but to me, it just means focusing on getting high quality sleep. So I do take peak sleep from BPN. That's something that helps me get high quality sleep, but also having overall rest throughout the day. So instead of like my normal schedule where I'm like go 100% of the time, I try to keep my legs up during taper and really truly just relax. So I also try and limit the amount of things that I book for myself within this time period. I try and get client work done before I actually hit taper week, which I was able to do this past month, which was really helpful. Just to be able to allow my mind to also relax. Totally just thought I saw something. Part of overall stress is also mental stress, and for me that is something that exists in my body really heavily. Like if I am having a stressful week when it comes to like work or personal situations, it really impacts my workouts, overall performance, and my recovery. So those are things that I focus on during taper. That wraps up our run. We are gonna head back to the Airbnb. I hope those tips were helpful for you guys, and I hope it's helpful to know kind of what I'm doing 2 weeks out from race, a little bit more like 1.5 weeks out from race. But I cannot believe that next week's video is going to be race week. So incredible. If you enjoy videos like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me out. Until next time, stay unbreakable.